From the time that the Emperor sent the mandate to Markus Wulfhart, he has kept at it with his men following every command without question. Through the northern shores of Lustria, where Dead and Lizard walked, Markus hunted. To the north, where the second generation Slan, Lord Mazdamundi stood, or well sat, Markus hunted again. We've witnessed a ragtag band unify the colonies and expand them. Since then, thousands of men and women seeking a new life have come to Lustria, under the firm promise that Markus would not let them down. Captain General Ethan Strider, Captain Edward, Zargan the Enigmatic Slayer, all of these champions have come for one purpose: to protect the Imperials who live here and to follow Markus Wulfhart. The mighty Nakai stands proud, even with the ineffable Gore Rock. Their roars and drums heard throughout the jungle's fauna. At the final battle site of Itza, we will see the showdown take place between Beast and Hunter. And also do check out the end of the video where we talk about Gelt in our future campaign. Welcome back everyone to our final episode. We'll be doing the final battle today. We completed every single quest that we needed to right over here. Every hero that I have is quite powerful. We'll be getting some final battle effects too. For Roderick, let's see, we've got Oppressive Fighter, massively reduce enemy lord's damage resistance in final battle. For Cholera, Shield Breaker, we can get rid of their special ability, Shield of the Old Ones. For Jorik, we've got fully stocked, and we'll be getting more ammo during that battle. For Hertwig, we get reinforcements. How about that? Okay, so we've got a few more enemies to go after. We've already broken their backs. I mean, they really cannot do much more. It's pretty much done for them. Goodbye now. You get to go away. I think I might trade out one war wagon for that gyrocopter that I'll call Sigmar's finest. Itza is finally gone. We beat Itza. Unfortunately, we have one neighbor, Teclis. He's out there. I don't really mind him too much. Let him do his own thing way out there. But it's about time for me to get ready for the big fight. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Jorik, you're rank 29. I wish you were a bit stronger, but that is okay. I don't want to bring all of my heroes into one army. I will need to ensure that I have a properly formatted army. And we're going to spend a few turns getting everyone together if we need to trade out a few units, do whatever we really need to look at. And I think Captain General Ethan Strider will probably go after Teclis, because again, he won't leave us alone. So we'll do whatever we can to destroy him. It's just about time. And tomorrow we'll be doing Gelt. Gelt will be here for Mortal Empires. We'll be using a modification collection for that, and it should be quite a bit of fun. Let's have a look over here, though. I don't need any more state troops. We just need to end our turn. I wanted to rearrange my army just a little bit. I've got more artillery, and I have all heroes in one army. We did every quest line, and I wonder if I need them present in order for their final battle effects to take effect. In a way, here we go, the battle for Itza. The imperial ambitions of holding sway over the bountiful continent of Lustria and beyond has all but been achieved. The mandate close to fulfillment. Only one last challenge remains. The spirit of the jungle, now known to be a monstrous reptilian behemoth of flesh and blood, still roams the land. It is time to take him down. Only then will the colonies be safe. Okay, let's go. We've got to fight a pretty big army, and probably more.
Listen up, huntsman. Too many good men have fallen to this abominable lizard and its savage attendants. Too many innocent settlers mauled to death and devoured. But no more. The so-called spirit of the jungle is no ghost. It is a thing of flesh and blood, just like the others of its monstrous kind that we have already seen and slain. It can be killed. I know you are afraid, but remember, fear is not a weakness. It will keep you as sharp as the weapons that you wield. It will keep you alive. Today, civilization will triumph over the dark wilderness. Man shall triumph over beast.
I don't usually begin a battle in slow motion, but I've got to show you our many threats. We have a Dread Saurian on the way, Cold Ones, a Skink Priest of the Heavens, Sacred Kroxigor, and many other units too, all led by Nakai. And so they're moving in, and already they're being hit by my delivery boys, by my mortars. We also have flanking enemies. There's two Ziggurats on the west and eastern sides. A Slan is summoning in feral creatures at each one. We get to hold over here. We're going to be using these walls and that old structure as a defensive measure. So, it's time to look at our heroes. It's time for their final battle. After this, they can go home, they can go their separate ways if need be. Jorg Grimm is here. Hertwig van Hal. Markus Wulfhart. Cholera. And we cannot forget about the ineffable paladin, Roderick Langui, who stands not too far from where we're at. He's right over here. Vengeance is his today. And now, we must begin our battle. You can see where they're moving right now. The Dread Saurian and their Cold Ones are moving onto my right flank. We're moving our Drakewald's patrol onto the left flank with our steam tank and our gyrocopters. If you haven't seen the gyrocopters, they're very cool. Thank you, Jorg Grimm. He's brought a few of his friends here, a few of his drinking buddies. Wait, a few of his drinking buddies. Anyway. And right now, we're going to be hitting Nakai. Nakai has already taken a lot of damage from our assaults altogether. You can see that he's got quite a bit of health left. We just need Markus to hit him again. That did a lot of damage to him. A lot of damage to him. You just saw a big chunk of his health go away. And more importantly, it's time to see old versus new. There's my Hellblaster volley gun. And even a few volleys too. These Cold Ones are charging in and they can be quite devastating. But can they be more devastating than a Hellblaster volley gun? I think not. It's time for all of them to be brought down to their knees. Elsewhere we have that Dread Saurian. And unfortunately we have Nakai close by too. Nakai knocked down Cholera. Here comes a Skink Priest dropping down a bomb. We're still hitting it. I mean, that guy just would not go down. He refused to go down. There's a Chain Lightning spell that ripped through a few of my units, but not too many. Over here, my Drakewald's patrol is going to shoot a few shots over at these Kroxigors. And I've got some Huntsmen focused on them too. We need to take down that Revivification Crystal that they have behind them so that they cannot heal. Also, it's just a sturdy unit. That Dread Saurian is having a very bad day. It is trying to get away. Besides that Dread Saurian, we have more units over here that are still moving in. Nakai is done for. Markus Wulfhart gets to fight him. And he's been slain. Nakai is no more. The beast is gone. Markus has killed him. You can see right now what's happening. We've shot up their priest and their many units. Our redemptive offer took out those Cold Ones. And lo and behold, we have reinforcements. Men summoned by Hertwig van Hal. It pays to help your friends. It does. They have a war wagon. They have many great swords and huntsmen too. They're led by a huntsman general. And now it's time for them to fight. His name, you might wonder. Alistair von Gardner. Let's have a look over here at what's happening. We're targeting various units. We've got our cannon going after those who are fleeing. That Dread Saurian did not make it. The Hammer of the Witches must have hit them. We have over here more Cold Ones moving in right now. They are feral, and there are only a few units left. But again, we're not done. We've got more to handle. Unfortunately, our allies are targeting that Slan on their own. Otherwise, I would have been able to help them even more because we have another wave coming. So now comes Gorrock. Surprisingly, he came second. I thought he would come first, but no, he came second. And here he is, bringing in mini Saurus units, Ripperdactyls, and Pterodons. We're talking about Fire Leech Bolas, and those are quite damaging. There's that damnable dead Dread Saurian. All gone, you know. Another dino shot down as it tried to flee. That way it wouldn't come back. More skinks broken. We got one group over here who's heading out. You can see my mini volleys now landing on top of these units that are currently fleeing. We have a Ripperdactyl group now attacking our venerable allies. These honorable fools. These vainglorious compatriots of ours. Attacking a Slan. Who wouldn't want to kill a toad? They're a dying race that must be eliminated. And so they shall be. You can see the depth and the scope of this battle. These flying units are tearing up these poor units. These Fire Leech Bolas are quite effective. We have many enemies now charging my own line. Let's have a look at that. Those Pterodons are getting shot out of the sky. They came over to the wrong neighborhood. We'll do whatever it takes to kill them before they can reach us. We have some units that are now moving up just a little bit. Our heroes are moving in. The Troublesome Three, Hertwig van Hal, Roderick, and, of course, Jorg Grimm. They're charging in to go fight some Saurus units. Elsewhere, we can hold just fine. Let them fight there if they so choose to. The Pterodons are now gone. We do have Gorok, who's charging in over on my allies' formation. Fortunately, many of them should be able to live. They've got Huntsmen still. They just made a very foolish choice. We also have a Hellblaster volley gun that's going to be delivering a painful death into many of these Saurian units as they continue to scramble around. That Slan is quite damaged but not dead. We're still trying to hit that Slan, trying to kill that Slan. Our damage just was not significant enough. For those who are left over here, our Troublesome 3, they continue to fight together. They've been, well, separated for quite some time now. Bajork is back to seeing his old drinking buddies. He's not the third wheel with Cholera and Markus Wulfhart any longer. Thank you, Hertwig. There's a few units left over here. We've got some more units fighting. We're going to be focusing any shots that we can. We have a lot of ammunition. We can also replenish ammunition thanks to Jorik Grimm. It's a periodic effect that occurs. I'm not sure when, if it's at like set intervals or whatever. But here's my Hellblaster volley gun continuing to shoot. There's bodies all over the battlefield right now. There's some over here. There's some over there. The Huntsmen are running away. They're much better if they run away. That way we can help out and shoot too. The Ripperdactyls are chasing down a few great swords. Markus Wulfhart was not a fan of Avatar and their role in it. You can see that many of the dinos are either dying or fleeing. We've already killed a lot of Gorok's army. We had the firepower. We have the training. We have everything that we need. Here's some great swords just waiting. Imperial Monster Slayers. They are true to their namesake. We have our steam tank. Wulfhart's will. They're just shooting at another encroaching Slan army who's brought in a Carnosaur with them. They're coming in very soon. Let's have a look now. Let's have a look now. Lizardmen are still fighting. These three are still holding up a large group of foes. Let's go have a look at how many kills they have right now. Hertwig, how many kills do you have, my friend? It's hard to see with all their banners so close together. Markus is at 27. Gork is at 18. Roderick is at 73. My god, Hertwig is not... Okay, he's not that high, but still. It's crazy how powerful Roderick became. Gorok is now gone. He was already broken for a long time, but we finally took him out. There's a Carnosaur close by, but that old lizard has finally fallen. Air is all over one corpse. You see how we're going to bring that Carnosaur down. Doesn't have much left going for it. Oliver's here too. There's also that blasted Slan. He's being hit by quite a few attacks now. He's trying to float his way out of here, but he's gone. The Carnosaur will be gone too. For all their trouble and worth, they could do nothing here. Nary a thing could help them. There's a Carnosaur moving in, so now we just need to redirect our firepower. And we have a lot of it. We have it in spades. We have it in oodles and bunches. Here comes another Stegodon, if I have that correct. I want to be incorrect about it. Yes, haha. Doesn't matter though, because we're going to make them extinct, as we probably should. Here comes another Carnosaur, so now there's three of them. And he's laying back there fighting a group. These delivery boys came up. I have no idea why. There's Roderick moving around. We're still using our attacks to overwhelm all of their larger creatures. I mean, yeah, we're going to lose a few infantrymen, but gotta break a few eggs, you know. That Slan is pretty much done for. These volleys are destroying them. And we have won the battle. It's now over. We've defeated them. They've only got these Carnosaurs left. Hertwig just took a nice shot. He's been knocked down, unfortunately. There's one more dead dino. And it's over. They've all broken. So now we just get to hunt. Here's another one. We have incredible range, so we can shoot for a long, long time. Another dead dino. And a few units present. So everyone, we have done it. It's time for our heroes and our leaders to go pilfer this temple city and to bring treasures back home. But we have subjugated Lustria. We have won the final battle. We are the victors in this grand war. Let's take a moment for Roderick, for Markus Wulfhart, Jorik, Cholera, and Hertwig Van Hal. Don't forget about Captain General Ethan Strider, who wasn't here, but he definitely helped pave the way. Zargan the Slayer, Captain Edward. Many awesome, awesome characters. And tomorrow, Gelt will be here. We shall unify the Empire under Gelt. Gold, profit, and magic will be ours. Everyone's getting together now. We're all getting ready. It's time to leave. It's time to go. Thank you for watching, everyone. Let's move on to something entirely different. Good job, Markus Wulfhart. You made. We finally did it. We finally won. Yeah, we'll kill the remainder of them.
The mighty protector of the jungle is nothing more than a hunter's trophy. The land of the Lizardmen lies in ruin, conquered for the Empire. It is theirs to dominate and plunder. At least for now.
Wanderer no more. +10 to fighting large creatures, +10 to melee defense. All journeys must eventually come to an end. This one has been cut short long before reaching its destination, however. So we did it. 15,000 gold. Our victory conditions are now complete. We did it. Campaign victory. Right now, we own 52 regions, 16 provinces. We could see how we began in the very beginning as a minor power. We just began to grow and grow and grow. It was really incredible to see how this campaign turned out. In the very beginning, it was such a struggle to get anything. I moved up north to help out the New World colonies. We kept on fighting for a long time. We pushed on. We began to finally conquer up north even more. We had 2 armies at that point. We're in the 50s now. Gorok really grew in power. We finally beat the majority of Mazdamundi's forces. We took out the Drowned. The Drowned wanted a peace treaty. Now here's where things began to change. I began to colonize. I had a lot more land than before. So around like 70 to 80 is where we just began to really grow. And then after that, it got crazy. Really crazy. To where you could see what happened. We fought Teclis and Gorok. We took out all of that land. It all now belongs to us. And then over here, we're looking at everything that we have. We lost only 1 location. Let's see here. We've encountered 41 factions, destroyed 18, current war 6, most wars 10, current allies 2, right. Income, very high, of course. Not really too interested in any of that. Lords killed, 73. Units destroyed, 1,271. I do wish they wouldn't count what you would disband, because the only lord I probably lost, if I remember correctly, would just be the one I disbanded. Okay, I fought personally 42 battles, auto-resolved 70. We had 7 ambush battles, a nice change of pace. Okay, 38 minor settlement battles, no subterranean intercept battles. We won everything, 2 heroic victories, and it's very hard in Total War to get a heroic victory. Even when you think you've gotten one, they'll be like, close victory, or Pyrrhic, why not? All right, what else do we have? Is it Pyrrhic or Pyrrhic? I always forget. Anyway, I'm sure someone will tell me. Total defeats? Right. We had a few defeats, I think, from settlement battles, probably. Heroes recruited, 10, 2 lost. I did disband 2 of them. Let's see here. We assassinated 4. But that's really it for our campaign, everyone. We did it. Now, there's a few other things that I want to go through if you're interested in learning more about my future campaigns, because we did have a short part today. I want to spend some time on that, so let's go ahead and get to the new screen. With our campaign finally complete, I would like to thank all of you for watching. And if you would like to name a unit, lord, settlement, or whatever that you would like to, you can do so in my Discord down below. In fact, I'm there every day, so if you want to chat with me, give me advice, ask me questions, you can do so right down there. Now, to let you know a little bit about the convention of how naming works on my channel, you just need to be a patron if you want to name a hero or lord. And of course, if you're a patron, you can name a settlement, unit, lord, or hero. If you're not a patron, don't worry, you could still name a unit. And I've got a format linked in there that you just need to follow. Essentially what happens is that everyone puts a name with the appropriate format and information in one room. then I can search for it with a little search bar and find what I need. Like, let's say I get a few new swordsmen, I'll just look up like Empire swordsmen or whatever, and that'll pop up, and then I can look at names and backstories. So we'll be doing a mixture of a narrative story and lore. We used to have people who wrote stories down in the comments. If anyone would like to try to, or if anyone would like to do that, depending on how that goes, if you guys want to work with me on Discord, we could work things out and we could try to generate a story that we all make together. And I've got a few ideas on what I want to do in the future, but that's really all that I can do right now until I know whoever wants to come help out with that. But it was a really fun campaign. Today was an extra short part. We don't usually have short parts like that, but we did have one today just because I didn't realize that we were pretty much done conquering everyone. I did want to look at like my final stats, but I couldn't actually do that. I think the new beta patch is conflicting with a mod or some weird stuff to where I couldn't actually click on that little overview to go look at all the stats, but that's not really a huge deal. I mean, we've watched the whole campaign. That doesn't really invalidate anything at all. So my idea is that I'm going to finish up Nakai probably today as well. Then what we'll do, we'll go on and begin a new campaign tomorrow. Only one tomorrow. And then on the following day, we'll potentially have another campaign begun after that, or maybe on the weekend. I'm not too sure yet. It really depends on how things go. Or we could do 2 tomorrow. It really depends on how much I'm able to get done today. But yeah, so Gelt is the big boy on campus. We're going to be using a mod collection called Closer to Tabletop, and a bunch of mods with that, and of course Mixu's Lords. I will have that mod collection linked, and I'm going to try to get them to help me out by kind of like looking over my mods and letting me know which ones I can kind of kick out to make sure that we can maintain compatibility between patches if possible. I mean, that's not always possible depending on what's changed. Like this last patch was so huge, I don't know if that would work out, but I'll be doing that. And I'm going to try to use a few less mods than usual. It's going to be a lot still. It's going to change up the core experience, but everything I do is based on either Still Faith or CTT. CTT and SFO are apples and oranges. I like them both. I don't eat them for the same reason. I want a little bit of tartness. I want a little bit of sweetness, whatever. You get my whole point. But SFO is still updating. Probably the rule of thumb in the future after it's updated is that standard lords who are in the game, I'll play with SFO. But for a custom lord, I'll use CTT because a lot of mods are compatible with that. CTT is very well balanced and I really enjoy it quite a bit. It even has like these horde units too, where you get like 40, 60 more men, and they're fantastic. And of course you have caps in the game. And trust me, caps are actually great because the way that CTT is balanced, your state troops or your initial troops that you have in the very beginning are still viable towards the very end. Everything has a role. You can still use things. You don't have to spam elites. I hate doing that. I don't like it. It doesn't really interest me. Like if I'm playing an Empire power, I want to use state troops. I want to have spearmen, swordsmen. I want to have all of those guys with a few elites because then 1, the elites really stand out. 2, it feels like an actual Imperial army as they would set things up. So that's really what I like to utilize. We're probably going to use, I don't know what we'll use. We'll need an Empire captain. And there's a few other things that I'll probably end up doing. But my campaign parts will probably still end up being around 10 to 15 to 16 parts. I think if you remember my Knights of Origo campaign, that was fairly short. We're going to be trying something a little bit newer for Musion. I don't know if it's going to work out, but it's worth a shot in my view. So we're basically doing a season 2. What's going to happen there is that I'm going to rebuild my save to get back to where I was, conquer Bretonnia. Then the beginning of that game will be Bretonnia versus the Empire. I'm not going to fight the Empire at all. I'll just take what I've already taken. Then I'll begin around like turn 80, and we'll just go on and we'll fight just the Empire. And it'll be kind of like a part 2 all set up. The reason why I'm doing that is because we had a major Empire rework. So 1, they're going to be stronger. 2, there's forts. Those forts are exciting to me. That means I have a new challenge, and I really want to see what that would be like if I had to deal with a really powerful Imperial force. So the Red Duke of Musion shall return. We do lore, we do kind of a story for him as well, and it's been a lot of fun doing that, and that campaign is not yet done. But I'm very happy to have 2 campaigns now done, and it's just kind of like my long update to all of you, letting you know what's going on, how it'll work out in the future, only because like today's part was so short, so I just wanted, because I was going to do a video like this anyway, So I was like, might as well just kind of like add them all in. There are some other lords that I do want to play. I think I'm kind of in the mood to start doing some old world stuff for a little while, which means not Volkmar. I don't think Volkmar excites a lot of people. I don't think he's bad, but I do think he looks like, I don't know, some type of pugilist. But yeah, we'll see. Here's our beginning that we'll be looking at. We've got great swords to name, swordsmen, spearmen, crossbowmen, outriders, and a mortar crew. I wonder what type of hero I'll get in the very beginning. Probably some Manor of Empire captain. We could use a warrior priest too. And I will have a modification called the Southern Realms, which will add in custom races for all of these realms over here, including the border princes. So if we go fight them, if they choose to fight us, we'll have unique enemies to fight. Beyond that, I'm not sure what other mods I'll use just yet. I'm going to have those vetted first, but we'll be dealing with custom elector counts for all of these factions over here. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to have lords to contend with, and I'm wondering how that's all going to play out, but we shall see in time. But I want to thank all of you for watching my campaign. Do leave a like down below and look forward to more later, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have Gelt up. Listen, I'm a big Gelt fan. It's all about the Gelt. It's all about the gold, the Goldgemans, the Benjamins. I don't know. Anyway, later, folks.